Well, 2009 is the 100th anniversary celebration of the founding of the Ballet Russe, which was in 1909 in Paris, Diaghilev's famous company that really brought ballet into the modern age. A lot of Russian artists, European artists, but largely Russian dancers were assembled for this company, all trained very classically, but the rep was all new. Not only new choreography, but also composers were brought together, artists Picasso, Balanchine, Stravinsky, Prokofiev. I mean, it's a who's who of brilliant artists all coming together to make new work, and I wanted to not only celebrate the anniversary of the creation of that company, but also celebrate it with a new creation, which is a collaboration of artists coming together, and not do an historical recreation of an existing work. Honestly, originally this plan was for another choreographer to do this project, but fundraising is what it is sometimes, and in order to make things work, I sort of stepped up and decided to take on the project myself. And I've been working with Michael Mazzola, our lighting designer, on not just the lighting, but sort of creating a world for it to happen in, a scenic concept, and with Ann Mueller, the principal dancer, who's dancing one of the leading roles, but also really assisting me in coming up with vocabulary and structure and, throwing ideas around. The music is extremely complex. You can probably tell we're all counting wildly, which presents challenges, and I'm hoping they end up being parameters that make the work interesting and not just driving me crazy. But I am sort of alternating between being very attached to the score musically and mathematically, and then some periods completely being sort of abstract in how the dance and the music combine. It's over half an hour long, so it really needs to be more than just an exciting dance. It needs to be a piece of theater a little bit and take us on a ride, kind of, and I want the ride to have highs and lows and engage a variety of our senses, not just the desire for athleticism, but also atmosphere and thoughtfulness about what this community of people might be going through and why some people are isolated and some people aren't. The original theme of the original narrative of the story was a ritual that takes place in a pagan Russian tribe where each spring they choose a young maiden to sacrifice to the gods, I guess in hopes of fertility. That particular narrative I've thrown out, or I've decided to not follow exactly, but the idea of a community and some people being isolated and some people being chosen, but not, pointed the finger chosen, but somehow separated from others, and then the question of is it better to be chosen or not chosen, and the world, the set that sort of creates the world for this to happen in can constrict and expand and actually separate and trap people a little bit, which I'm hoping is going to be shocking, or not shocking, but surprising and really engaging when you see that the set that you've looked at for a little while can actually move.
Has this been really challenging for the dancers? I mean, there's a lot of counting. If I was going to call it anything, I'd say it's all about the numbers.
Yeah. It's just a lot of focus, and they need to join me in the process. I can't figure this out all on my own. You know what I mean? And their bodies that have to do the steps need to contribute something, like it would feel better this way or look better that way or happen more easily this way. And I need take that into consideration so that we can have some unity and some group kinesthetics.
Did your parents, you seen your parents dance this? I mean, they kind of were steeped in Balanchine.
There's no Balanchine version of this, though.
There isn't?
No,
why am I thinking Stravinsky and Balanchine?
Well,
wow.
Yeah, you do, but he never tackled this, so that makes me particularly goofy that he never wanted to do it, but I just I think it's because it's a piece of theater more than sort of symphonic or dance music.
Wow, talk about marrying Balanchine and Stravinsky. I didn't even know that he had never done it.
A couple famous versions. Yeah. I suppose the most, there's the original, the Nijinsky, which still exists and has been recreated, and the Joffrey used to do it a lot, and they're recreating it this year for the first time in over 10, 15 years.
Some of those iconic, there's little flashes of iconic shapes. As I was watching your rehearsal.
Yeah, I guess there's maybe some Rodin thinker, and these have evolved. What kind of shapes can we make, and which ones resonate the best, and when should they reappear, or maybe it shouldn't make sense. They randomly reappear, and it makes us ask why are they doing that suddenly. nothing about this is easy. I go very much on instinct. I figure there's no bad idea. I can always change my mind later or throw things out. And I don't spend too much time editing on a moment by moment basis because it's too stifling for the creative juices.
Have you finished the piece?
No, not
here on February 3rd.
Yeah, I have 2 weeks, so I'm hoping that it'll get done. Well, it has to, in one way or another.
Merit.
Thank you very much.